Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm sure you are good. So let's begin today's video and let's learn a little bit more of accounting every day with Rajesh Khanna. Today's topic is the accounting equation. In my previous video, I talked about what debit and credit means. So if you have any doubts about these terms, I request you to go have the doubts sorted. I have given the link to the video in the description box. Now, accounting equation is assets are equal to liabilities plus equity. Equity means capital. Here, assets are the things a business owns and liabilities and equity are the amounts a business owes. Thus, own is equal to owe or O is equal to O. Now for every transaction taking place in a business, this accounting equation will hold good. If an asset increases, then either there will be a relevant increase in liabilities or equity, or there will be a relevant decrease in the asset itself. Also, if there is an increase in liabilities, then there will be either a relevant increase in assets or a relevant decrease in liabilities itself or equity. Likewise, if the capital is increasing, then there will be relevant increase in assets or relevant decrease in liabilities or equity itself. So what is basically meant is that the accounting equation will always agree. One of the accounting principles, which is separate entity principle, suggests that business and businessman are different from each other and we account from business point of view. So for every transaction that we are going to discuss, we will be taking the point of view of the business, not of the businessman. So let us see. Owner starting a business by investing capital of rupees 10 lakh. In the business, 10 lakh rupees are coming in. Cash, which is an asset, is increasing. So, increase will be indicated by a plus sign. At the same time, business is now liable to pay this amount to the businessman, which is technically known as capital or equity, and we have a separate head for it. So, we will increase our equity or capital also. So, as we see, after this transaction, the accounting equation holds true, that is 10 lakh is equal to 10 lakh. Let us take one more example. Owner takes a loan from SBI for rupees 25 lakh. Now, when the bank gives you a loan, bank will increase your bank account balance. So, bank account, our money into the bank is an asset. So, when we take a loan and our bank balance increases, this is an increase in the asset. At the same time, we are now liable to pay this amount to SBI, which we will be paying later on. So right now, SBI or loan from SBI becomes a liability for us. So on the liability side, we will have another column for loan from SBI, and that will also increase by 25 lakh. So this transaction again has an increase in the assets as well as a liability. One more transaction. Bought furniture for rupees 8 lakh and a computer for 40,000. Now these are all various assets that we are buying, furniture and computer. All these assets are increasing, and because we are paying for them in cash, the value of cash will reduce. So cash reduces by 8 lakh and 40,000, and furniture increases by 8 lakh and computer increases by 40,000. No effect on the liabilities or equity. So the increase and decrease both took place in the asset side itself. So equation still holds true. Next transaction. Owner draws money for personal use, rupees 45,000. Now when an owner is drawing money for personal use, it is also known as a drawing, and drawing is basically a deduction from the capital. so capital reduces by 45,000, and at the same time cash outflows for 45,000. So cash also reduces, capital also reduces, both reduce by 45,000. Our accounting equation still holds true. Next transaction, credit purchases of goods from a friend Mr. Sam, rupees 1,50,000, and Mr. AK, rupees 2 lakh. Now we are purchasing goods. Goods is an asset for us because we will be selling it later on. Our goods are increasing overall by 1,50,000 plus 2 lakh, that is 3,50,000. Are we paying money right now? No, we are not paying money right now. Will we have to pay this amount in future? Yes. Our friends Sam and AK will not spare us. We will have to give this money to them later on. So a liability by the name creditors increases on the liabilities side. Our goods, that is asset, increases and our liability also increases. So there is a relevant increase on the liabilities and asset side. Our accounting equation still holds true. Then sold goods to Mike, goods costing rupees 75,000 for 89,000. Now the cost of the goods is 75,000 and we are selling it for 89,000. This gives us a profit of 14,000. Always remember, all the profits will be added to capital and all the expenses will be deducted from capital. This rule needs to be kept in mind while we are solving accounting equation. The goods costing 75,000 are going out. So the stock or goods reduced by 75,000. We have sold these goods to Mike and apparently he is not making the payment right now. So Mike becomes a debtor who will be paying us later on. So debtors increase by 89,000 and the overall profit of 14,000 is added to the capital. So on the asset side we have a decrease of 75 and an increase of 89,000. Overall 14,000 rupees of increase on the asset side and a relevant increase of 14,000 on the equity or capital. Our accounting equation still holds true. One more transaction. Sold goods for cash costing rupees 40,000 for 60,000. Now your goods are reducing by 40,000, so the stock or goods reduce by 40,000 and we are selling it for 60,000 cash, so our cash increases by 60,000. This transaction is also resulting in a profit of 20,000 and as the rule goes, all the profits are added to capital. This 20,000 rupees of profit will be added to capital. So overall 20,000 increase on the right side, that is liabilities and equity, and overall 20,000 rupees of increase on the asset side. Let us see the next transaction. Receipt from Mike rupees 87,500 in full settlement. We need to remember that Mike is a debtor for 89,000 rupees, but he is paying 87,500 in full settlement. Yes, you guessed it right. There is a loss to us for 1,500 rupees, right? And as the rule goes, all expenses are deducted from capital. So this loss of 1,500 will also be deducted from capital. Looking at the other effects, because we have received from Mike 87,500 rupees, this will increase our cash, and also the debtorship of Mike will reduce by all 89,000. So on the asset side we have an increase of 87,500 and a decrease of 89,000, which means an overall decrease of 1,500, and also on the right hand side we have a decrease of 1,500. Our accounting equation still holds good. Next transaction, paid electricity bill rupees 2,500 and salary to a worker rupees 15,000. As the rule goes, all expenses are deducted from capital and all incomes are added to capital. Both electricity bills and salary are expenses, so the overall amount paid, that is 17,500 rupees, will be reduced from capital. At the same time we have paid money, so the cash will also reduce by 17,500. So overall, on an accounting equation, on the left hand side we have a decrease of 17,500, and on the right hand side also we have a decrease of 17,500. Accounting equation still holds good. Okay, so one last transaction. Paid to Mr. Shyam rupees 1,45,000 in full settlement. Recall from transaction number 5 that we had purchased goods from him for rupees 1,50,000. So we owe him 1,50,000, but we are settling his account by paying only 1,45,000. This will mean a profit of 5,000 for us. As the rule goes, all profits are added to capital. So this 5,000 rupees will be added to capital. Also, we are paying cash to Sam, so our cash will reduce by 1,45,000, and at the same time the creditorship of Sam will reduce by all 1,50,000 because it is in full settlement. Overall, cash reduces by 145 and creditor reduces by 1,50,000, and also the profit of 5,000 is added. Overall, 1,45,000 is reduced on left hand side as well as right hand side. Our accounting equation still holds true. So what we notice is that this equation will hold true in any possible situation. I am also giving a few transactions in the comment box for you people to practice. Just in case you have any doubts, you can always call me at 98263 20766. So this is your friend signing out. Please take very good care of yourself, and do not forget to like, subscribe and comment on my channel. Thank you so much.